How's that? Is that there we go. It helps if I turn on the volume for the microphone. Okay, well, it looks like we fixed that. What's a mid-state show, mid-state slide without a little technical difficulties? Any better now? Get the thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. I know Brent's going to be in here shortly, and then we'll get started into this as well. Let me get back onto our page. So I do think we've got a great show for us tonight. This is an open mic night, and so I have some topics, but this is also open to everybody else. Yeah, I know. I fixed it and saved it, right? So we'll get started here. Brent's just going to pop in here in a second. It's a busy, 13. Where's your new flag? The new flag is upstairs. It will be traveling with us in the future. 13. That's a lot. Howdy. Let's see. Joseph, how are you? Stacy, we are going to come see you tonight as well. Again, this is an open mic night, so if you want to complain, cry, moan about anything, please come on in. We are going to have a good time with this tonight. I'm just waiting on Brent to hop in. I know he's just trying to finish up with dinner here. Joseph, welcome. How are you? So, the short story here is that we have, I looked it up, and there's roughly 5 shows this weekend alone in the greater Midwest area that I know about. I think there's another group, a new club that's starting as well. Oh, Terry, how are you? So let's get into this. Hopefully Brent will pop in here. Interesting. We haven't seen those yet. Those black shippers that you're referring to. I'm going to safe to assume that those were at Walmart. There, Mike. Kaven, how are you? I do have your shirt. I need to get that shipped out to you because I'm a fail when it comes to that. And thank you for reminding me. Miss Terry. So let's kind of get into this here a little bit. Again, Brent's going to hop in here just a second. Let's just get into the first one. So, all right. So if you know what's going on this weekend, we have a bunch of shows coming up. This is the first of several that's going on. This one is in South Sioux City. It's November the 20th from 9 to 3, as it says on the flyer right there. This is put on by Lloyd Schweigert up in South Sioux. There's roughly about 300 tables there. I see the Peanut Gallery has decided to join us tonight. So this show is a pretty good show. We are not going to be there, as in Brent and myself, because we failed. Well, I shouldn't say we. I failed to get us tickets or tables in time. So we're going to travel southward this year or this time. Yeah, both are very interesting cars there. The Porsche is cool. I don't know if I'm super set on the color choices for the Tampos. I do like the black on it. So yeah, we'll see Joe, and well, I won't. I'm kind of sad about that, but there will be having that show going on up in South Sioux. It's at the Marriott again. There's the directions right there. Okay, and then the next one is down in Missouri, down in Blue Springs, Missouri. This show is being hosted by Stacy Craig of the All Iowa Group. This is at the American Legion in Blue Springs. It runs from 10 to 3, and you'll see a lot of the MoKan folks that will be coming over from the Kansas side. Hi, Eisen. How are you? Does Mr. Q's phone still work? I don't know. I was in talks with him also, and I haven't heard from him since in a couple of days. So he might be busy working. Let's see. This is the show in Blue Springs. This will be the first time that Brent and I are going to be going down there. We're taking a 2-day road trip. We're going to be at the MoKan Club meeting Saturday afternoon, and then we're going to work our way over to the Blue Springs area and set up for the Sunday show in Missouri. So that's where we got with that one. Let's see here. I got a message and I don't know where it's at. And then obviously there's this show right here for the MoKan. That's Saturday the 19th. 80 tables according to Stacy for the show in Blue Springs. So we've got that going on as well. This MoKan show, I'm told it's a smaller show, but there's lots of good finds there. And we're going to have lots of good times as well. I think it's free to get in, and every car there is $1 each. Okay. Now we've got the next show is the Heartland show in Salina, Kansas. This is a 200 table show. It's a little mix of everything. That's from 9 to 3 in Salina. There's some few folks that go to that from the Norfolk Farm Toy Show as well. And then the big one down in Tulsa, T-Town, with their 200 table show. They did a Cyclone this year as well for their club car. I'll just bring that up. Scooter, where's Scooter at? I haven't seen him yet. I think, oh, there he is. Brett, I miss my host. Where's my host? Scooter. About time you're late. Yeah. Oops, let's see here. Get back to this. Minimize that. The T-Town group, I've been told that this show is pretty crazy. This is their biggest show of the year. They're going to do their club car. They have people come up from Dallas, all over the Oklahoma area. Some of the Kansas City guys go down there. It is a crazy, crazy show. I'm told that this show will be 2 banquet halls, not just 1, but 2. So it'll be, it's in a Stony Creek, so it's probably pretty similar size to what the Sioux City show was. So this is going to be pretty epic as well from there. PJ is probably watching an auction. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about, obviously, is the show in December 4th in Elmwood. So with that, we've got some news there. I did speak with Troy. They have some more lighting, so it should be brighter in there. That's going to be awesome. I know that was one of the things that the biggest comments that we heard was that the place was awesome. The food was great, but it could be a little bit brighter. So they're working hard to do that. And they will also have a finalized plan for the next show here. They are working hard to get those lights to be more permanent. As you know, this is our biggest show of the year, and we're all about donating and giving back. So right now on the screen, you're going to see from Terry Bono. She is helping to organize a toy drive, and we're trying to get to 2 hospitals this year. Hospital number 1 is going to be the Children's Hospital in Omaha, and then some of us are going to split off and try to go to the Children's Hospital in Sioux City. You know, the feedback that we got last year, and Brent, you can kind of pipe in here if you can get in on the comments, was that they loved Hot Wheels because they can give those year round. It's not a Christmas only or a child specific, whether it's a boy toy or a girl toy, it's a universal toy. So they're happy to receive Hot Wheels all year round. We will have a couple of giveaways as well, along with our Split the Pot. And we will be giving, oh, that's right. Since Derek Nice won the matching set Halloween cars this year, he has offered to donate his other Halloween car. And what we're going to do there is we're going to start that as a silent auction for $1 only, for $1 start. So whatever it goes to is whatever it goes to. So we want to try to give this back to the to the folks here. And let me minimize that because nobody needs to see that. And with that, we want you guys to enjoy that Halloween car as well. So that'll start off at $1. We have 2 giveaways for a Chris Stangler car. They're the same car, they're just different numbers of the run. Okay. Stacy mentions that the November 19th show in New Prague is also this Saturday. Do not want to forget those folks. And like I said, there's so many shows going on this week. You have plenty of different places to go. Is Miss Deb on? I have not seen her pop in yet. And we'll take any toys for a donation. And if you want to reach out, please reach out to Terry Bono. She is the one that's taking up the lead for this. Okay. Like I said, I haven't seen Deb yet. Can I be the proxy on the Halloween car? That's a good question. We'll have to talk about it. I don't see why we can't allow some sort of other bidding to go on. We'll figure something out because that's a new good question. Okay, so Brant, what else do we have for topics tonight? Okay, well, I will do this and there. We might be having Brent join us here. I don't know. Somehow he got an older link, so we'll get into here. Hopefully he pops in. Let's see. Let me get to there. Scooter!
Oh! Hold on, I just got to turn down my mic now. There we go.
All right. Thank you for helping me get through the struggle here, because it was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, but my phone doesn't want to hook up to things, so let's try again here.
While he's having technical difficulties, I'll look this way and you'll notice that, yeah, I'm going through another reorg again.
All right. We're here.
All right, we're here.
Woo! I'm only
All right, so
17 minutes late to my own show. Woo!
we made it work, though.
Yeah, the link for some reason just took me to a dead previous show. It's like the show is ended. I'm like, what's the deal? So
I don't know. It still looked like I was still connected to the Legion show or the Legion meeting that we were doing this week. Okay, so we already talked about all the shows, and
all right,
there's a lot of shows this weekend, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I can name 3 just off the top of my head.
I mean, then I forgot about the Minnesota show, so I feel bad about that.
Well, we can add that one to the list.
And we did, thanks to Stacy. So
reorganized 138.
So one of the things that I put on the list, and you got my list, right?
Yes.
Topics is I want to talk about how we come up with club cars, or what's the process for doing this, because we never really explained it, did we?
We kind of have, but we kind of haven't at the same time.
Right. And that's what I mean. We kind of like, okay, this is what we're doing. So when we're looking at club cars, one of the things we have to look at, and the Volvo taught us this, is surface area and not having extra parts in the middle. Yeah, we learned the hard way. Yeah.
Yellow one right over the shoulder gives it a different.
Whose shoulder?
I'm gonna guess he's talking about yours. The yellow one over right shoulder, different groups. Let's see. Let's see here. Yellow car, right shoulder. I think he might be right on that one.
Well, I don't know which car it is.
I don't know either. It's yellow. It shouldn't take out. It involves curse words. What's up, Dave?
Yeah.
But no, with the club car, let's see here. Okay, this is a perfect example. This is not a good club car because there's no surface space of the Hot Wheel itself to put logos on. So this will never become a club car. But that's the reason why this would work all right, because it has sides and it has a closed roof and it even has a little bit of spot on the back. So you can use a car like this. Now, if I had something else,
or you could use something like this. Lots of surface area. You can do things with that.
Roof sides.
That would be, yeah.
This would be a cool one. Just saying.
So the other portion of it is availability.
No. Can we find 100 of these? No.
How much is it going to cost to source 100 of these, or however many we decide to go with? Wheels come into play too, because as we've seen, we've progressed to real riders, so that increased the cost. We have to find which one. Would a twin mill work? Twin mill 2, possibly.
Probably would.
I mean, blown delivery. I would love to do it.
Yeah, Terry, you find us 100 blown deliveries at $5 a piece, and it is happening.
That could be something for a Halloween car. Something of a smaller limited run.
Corbin, if they're closed roof, we might have to talk to you. Let's see, James, 61 Impala looked good. Yes, it did, James. The 61 Impala did look really good.
Corey
And
did an amazing
unfortunately,
job.
I have yet to see it in the sunlight because I pretty much work from dark to dark. So unless I take it to work, I haven't seen it in the sun yet. So
you haven't missed anything. There's not been much sun the last few days, although it's supposed to be in the upper 40s up around here. So, those are kind of some of the things. With the club cars, we let you all pick. We may put some 8 castings together and say, go to town and go vote, selection style. We've known that has worked in the past, and the run's too small.
Mm-hmm.
The answer to that is very simply, if they're going to do a run, they want a run of 6,000 or more. So that is probably one of the reasons why that isn't going to happen.
Last 3 here, last 3 days.
Ooh.
No thanks.
Well, at least we're not in New York. There was a gentleman there that said that they're supposed to get maybe 3 to 4 feet.
Oh God, no. I'm definitely not ready for that stuff yet.
No. But good question, though. If we could directly get in contact with Mattel and have them spin out some cars for us, I think we would. We'd definitely do that. That's the most I've heard of the 61. I think that car should be used more often, honestly.
I do too. And Corey, you did an amazing job on that paint job, by the way.
Along with the bubble top, both of those cars. I love them both. Now, if they could do the Pontiac Catalina bubble top, I would be even happier.
You like just the most obscure cars, I swear.
I know. That's what's wrong with me.
Amongst other things, but hey, let's see. You had to move the Bills and the Browns game. Oh, snow, nice.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so anybody else's thoughts or comments on that before we kind of move on? And of course, if you guys want to bring up a subject, you're more than welcome to.
Please do. Or if you have a show idea, you can let us know. We're always up for new show ideas. 51 Hudson Hornet would be amazing. I have to agree. I think that'd be really cool.
Yes, and they make premiums of that, although they're kind of expensive.
Kind of expensive?
Well, really if you want expensive. a certain one.
But still, yeah, it's hard to drill, $20, $30 cars.
Theme for the club car. Well, we haven't really talked about that. And in this year, Brent, this is on you. I think this is a question more for you because you are now taking over the club car aspect.
This is true. And the puppy is barking.
I'll be back.
I think that with the aspect of the club car, it's always kind of fun to kind of do some kind of like a race design or something, because that's the way kind of it's been, with the van, it was more of, it was our logo and that was pretty much how we ran it. And then the Volvo being a race car from that day and era, we made it a race car. The truck kind of morphed into a race car as well. I'm thinking the old whatever we decide to do for year 4. I don't know. I might have to get with our customizer and see what he comes up with, or maybe me and him can work together and see if we can come up with something cool and different. Maybe just do a sharp paint job, or maybe do a different color. Who knows? We might do some red or some purple. Or we can do a classic theme, as Joseph just said. Yes. If we were to do, a Mustang, just do it solid colors, maybe put some flames coming from the rear tires like it's on fire or something, or, have the flames coming out of the hood, because it started on fire or something.
I like Eisen's idea. A 30s car at some point. I think we'll have to do that too.
Yeah. I'd like to see either the Auburn or the Cord. And I know if we do the Cord, that Mr. Graves will be all over that car, and I think it'd be kind of cool. If we could get, we could do the. This isn't a Hot Wheels, but we could do, the Fleet line.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool. 60s stock car theme. Yeah, that would work too.
You mean kind of like this?
Just going to rotate different cars up here. Needs to be a full-size truck to pull a boat to go duck hunting.
Oh my God.
As for the full-size truck idea, eventually maybe, but I think this year we're going to try to stick towards the hot rods a little bit. We've done a van, a wagon, and a pickup truck, so I'm thinking we need some hot rod in our lives. Personally, I like to see some adjustable suspension 64 Impalas, but if anybody's got 100 of those, please let me know because I'll buy them. Deb, what's up? Rolls Royce, Cadillac. Oh, the Cadillac, yeah. 35 Caddy.
35. Yeah.
Or the Duesenberg.
Yep. Either one of those would be good. Yeah, I think the 30s theme is definitely going to hop in here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we go into. A lot of it is what's available, how much does it cost, can we get the stuff for it? Mm-hmm. So when we pick castings for that, we have to look at all of those things. So sometimes that's why certain things don't get picked. The other reason is we haven't done a 55 gasser yet, and we've kind of intentionally not.
I don't know if we've intentionally not. It's just we know we're going to do one eventually. But
eventually, yes.
What's up, Manny?
Yes. Manny, how are you, sir? But we want to go a route where they stand out and we don't blend in with everybody else. So, that's kind of why we've chosen some of the cars we have. Although I will admit the Volvo was probably a mistake.
I don't know if it was a mistake per se. I'm just thinking Dave would rather hurt you than ever build another Volvo.
I got a burned one, so
this is true.
I think that's kind of where he levels off with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about, are we in a buyer's or seller's market right now? I think that's an interesting question because I would say maybe 3-4 months ago, we were definitely in a seller's market for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, the prices are still really high, I think, for some of the really top end stuff. But I'm starting to see more and more people, hey, I want to sell out my collection, or hey, I don't want to, I got this for sale or that for sale. So I'm asking y'all, what do you think? Are we in a buyer's or seller's market right now? Brent, I'll start with you.
As you stated a few months ago, I'd definitely say that we were in a seller's market, but with just how things have been going lately, and it's become, holiday season is right around the corner, and everybody has to start going, all right, I got to get Christmas presents for the wife and the kids and the husband and whatever significant other you may have, So right now, I think it's kind of leaning more towards the buyers because everybody is kind of looking to get Christmas presents and things along those lines. So that's where I'm at. Mr. Warfield is saying a seller's market, which is, yeah, I could see that too. People are, again, buying for their loved ones. Does my goat count? Does my goat
always count?
Yeah, we'll throw you in the hat there, Jeff. Always good to have you around, even if you do complain a lot and you're kind of loud. And but we wouldn't have it any other way. So, if you weren't here to flip somebody, give them crap, it wouldn't be you. So,
Jeff, why do you think that it's a seller's market still at this time. Okay. Well, this is true as well, Manny. You can't have one without the other. But are we starting to see where things are starting to slide and nobody's not, are people not wanting to pay this $2,000 for a candy striper anymore, or $2,000 for a single 95 Hunt Camaro? Okay, so Jeff is saying that the auctions are still doing well. So to me, that means there's still money out there to purchase. And, is that bringing more people in, or are they getting burned out? So it's an interesting question to me. I saw a pretty big collector who has a niche collection and has a title talking about that very subject this morning. So I thought, it's like, maybe we should talk about this. And what he was getting into is, why is the candy striper a $2,000 car and this one-off piece of art from the late 70s, early 80s, $50? What's driving this? What's causing this? You would think maybe that older piece of art would be worth more. I mean, that's just me. I mean, what do you think, Brent?
No, I mean, it is. It's just, it depends on what people want to pay for things. 2 days ago, there was a live bid on a candy striper and it went for $1,630. That's a significantly lower number than the last one I've ever seen go up. And then there was another one that went for $1,635. So I think they're coming down.
Okay. And again, I think Jeff makes a great point here. Supply and demand, what's available.
And it has to be, I can't put up.
Lord.
You can't put up a whole bunch of these and, going to make $80. Now, if you were selling lowriders, those are hot, right? Those have been hot for quite some time, but they're pretty hot right now. The cool Thunderbird Pro Street, it's a pretty desirable car. The new Camaros, the new Chevelles, new Skylines, new Porsches, all the new stuff that comes out, everybody's got to have that new stuff. And I'm not immune to this. I have new stuff too. But when it comes to some of the older stuff, it seems like there's a lot of people that may or may not miss the boat, so to speak, on some of this stuff, because you'll see a lot of, like, I picked up a bunch of Blackwalls. I'd say about a week ago. I was paying $3 a Blackwall carded. Amazing deal, yes. Could I have bought more? Probably. Didn't feel like I needed to buy everything, but it just depends on Hot Wheels going out of business. I highly doubt they're going anywhere. I think they're making a little bit too much money right now.
I mean, this is a great question, Eisen. Yes. I think that I don't think they're going out of business. Maybe they're right sizing. Maybe they're focusing on other products, but the Hasbro stuff seems to be going well. Barbie keeps paying the bills, I know Jeff has had issues in the past with Mattel. And, we do have a right to speak about that. Mattel should be listening to what we're providing input about. Now, whether or not they do anything with it that's Mattel, and we have no control over that. $2 for blue cards. I've paid dollars for blue cards.
I paid 50 cents for a Real Rider. Granted, it was in a loose bin and they didn't know what it was, but that was freaking, I don't know, probably 5-6 years ago. But, that's the thing. there's so many different toy shows going on, and they don't even have to be Hot Wheels centered toy shows.
You can
I
find
went
stuff.
to, it was like an action figure kind of show, and there was a guy that had a small box of, it was not even a box, it was just a tray. It was about this big, just about that tall. He had a bunch of Hot Wheels in it, and I just kind of dug through it, and I found a Real Rider mint car, and I paid 50 cents for it. So, it just kind of depends on what's out there. You can go to the pegs and spend your $1.07 per car, which I have to admit is kind of annoying. It's been 99 cents for so long.
Yeah,
But anyways,
that's the box store making that decision. I'm sure Mattel would like to keep it under $1 because that's kind of been their MO for the entire course of their history. Yeah, James, I think there's some of that as well. I think you evolve as a collector and what you chase after. Yeah, and that's probably really before my time in a sense of how I'm connected and how you're connected in with the greater overall collecting world. So, Jeff's got some insight into how some of this stuff happened, and it's really cool to see what some of this input that he's providing us tonight is about. Yeah, I think back to the vintage red lines for what was that 25th anniversary time frame.
no, well, I was thinking, yeah, those were 35th anniversary.
35th, yeah.
And for the 50th, they did the Bug and the Mustang and the Camaro
and the box sets
and the Barracuda, and then they did all the box sets, and then they did the Blue Race ones, and then they did a lot of stuff for the 50th anniversary, but not all of it was that cool. I hate to say. I mean, you look at a lot of the stuff that they pumped out that then, and the coolest thing I think was the black and gold set that had the Camaro. That was pretty cool. I think there's some signs there, like downsides on cars getting cornered. It depends. Because we can always bring up this car in general. It has an opening hood on this one, but if you find a new one, they don't have the opening hoods anymore. If you go to an original old school Blackwall version of the Rigamotor versus the new Rigamotors that are out in the stores, they're not the same car anymore. They may look similar, but if you put the original one versus where they're at now, it has considerably shrunken. What's up, Greta?
Sorry.
I was just going to say, and it's not just that casting. I mean, if you do a lot of looking, there's a lot of cars that have changed over the years to less material being made for the vehicles, less function or special features. The opening hood on the Mustang was there since its design, and then they took it away. So it just depends on what you deem that they're cutting back. I mean, if you look at how many Rail Rider cars they're putting out, it seems like there's a new set every couple of weeks. I think we're on Fast and Furious run 60. I don't know.
Most of the time they do, Joseph. They'll have a new copyright date or something on there, or they'll have two copyright dates sometimes. I was thinking back to the 69 C10 truck, and that has shrunk incredibly.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, maybe that shrinking of things and retooling of things has allowed Mattel to keep things under $1 up until the last year or so. I don't know, because we're not in those production meetings and the budgetary meetings. So all of that has a play in it. But, one of the things that I keep hearing is, oh, well, they're making the cars plastic bases. They were doing that in the 70s at the beginning of the Blackwall area. If you look at some Monte Carlo stockers, they have plastic bases. That goes back to the oil crisis back then and all of that stuff. So, yeah, there's all sorts of craziness.
Yep, it's all about cost, and you're not wrong. You know, it's the same thing. You know, when I was a kid, I'd go out and shovel driveways for $20. Now kids will come up and be like, "Hey, I'll do it for 45 or $50," and you're just like, "No, I'm good, thanks." But everything has gone up now. I mean, you look at anything, you know, eggs to toys to fuel,
anything, yeah,
clothes. It doesn't matter. Electricity, you know, water, heat, everything has gone up, and Hot Wheels was soon to follow. You know, I think they held out for quite some time. It's been 99 cents for, well, I mean, the last time that I knew that they went from 68 to 79
just
to $1.
94.
Yeah,
I can still remember Walmart being at $1 at 94 cents up until maybe about 15, 20 years ago.
Greta, I'll pay some money to have someone sit in my car when it gets up in the morning. No,
It's
that's
called
when you
remote
need
start.
that's yeah. There you go, Derek. Remote start. Get it to her for Christmas, and not the one that like just starts it and make sure it locks the doors and so nobody can get in it.
Well, you know, I think you bring up an interesting point there, Joseph. You know, maybe, um, you know, exchange rates have a lot to do with that. I think, you know, stores have different markup rules and things like that probably as well. So that probably plays into a lot of that also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is ultimately up to the store to mark it up. But I did see our Target actually was reducing prices on some items. They're rolling them back because I don't think people were buying. And yes, he does, Greta. Your next car will have a remote start in it.
Mine has a remote start and it parks in the garage every night.
So does mine. It's glorious. So again, this is an open mic night, so we'll take any and all questions that you guys got, any comments, any concerns. Some places are still under $1.
This is true as well. My 98 Chevy has remote start even.
Yeah.
Oh, his name is Evan.
His name is Evan. Nice.
Go out there, start my truck.
Hey, Jeff, thank you for popping in tonight and providing a little bit of input on some of those earlier days. I really appreciate it. You have a good night, man. And have some fun out there while you're at it. All right. So that was Mr. Jeff Warshall, and we'll thank him for coming on and just kind of hanging out for us for a little bit. And that's the other thing is like Hy-Vee is $1.99 or more. You know, it just depends. The parts stores are generally more expensive too.
Way more expensive.
And thank God I have a military discount in most of those stores, so that makes it almost comparable to Walmart or Target. So
there you go.
There is something else I want to talk about tonight in regarding the club itself, and a topic that has been brought up a couple of times during the shows. I didn't really get a chance to talk with you too much about it, Brent, but you know, we've been asked, why are we not in Omaha?
Oh.
So
continue.
I want to address that a little bit. We hadn't been in Omaha since the golf course, and because of COVID, a lot of that is what pushed this out, so to speak. And finding places made that difficult. What I will say is if you look at the schedule for 2023, you'll notice a couple of things. One, and I'm just going to probably put that up here in a little bit, is that we're doing more club shows. We went from our 4 back to 6. Honestly, the leadership felt that we missed you guys, so we want to come hang out more. The second is we're kind of following a line that the Iowa club did, and that they've had great success. And so we want to try to capitalize on that as well. So we're going to start doing pop-up shows. Now, these pop-up shows, we're going to do 2 a year. They're going to be in Omaha, and more specifically, the Omaha metro area. I can't say too much more. I will say that we've had members of the admin team do a site survey earlier this week. We have a tentative location. We have a pretty solid date for that. We're just waiting to hear back on the venue that we've picked. This venue has the potential to really grow for us and may provide opportunities to do things that we all want to do later on. But yes, we have heard the growing comments and questions about how come we're not in Omaha, and we wanted to address them with you guys and let you all know in this forum, because it seems to be a great way to let the word out. What do you think, Brent?
I'm excited for one to come back to the Omaha metro area. Sorry, I'm playing with this. Whoa, that was almost a disaster. That is a very large truck, and it almost fell off. But no, I'm looking forward to coming back to the Omaha area. I feel like there's a lot of collectors that in the Omaha, Council Bluffs, and even to our south, is it PJ's apartment? I'm gonna go with no on that one. But I'm excited to be able to come back to the Omaha area. And it's not just because it's closer for me, because I'm a little selfish that way, I guess. But no, I miss holding the Omaha shows. I know there's a lot of folks that aren't 100% on board with traveling, and sometimes even Lincoln's too far for some of the people. So to be able to come back to a close Omaha show that is, most likely right off an interstate, or just in a central location, just to make things easier for people to come to. If they are coming from Omaha, it's easier. If it's coming from Lincoln, it's easy. If you're coming from Kansas City or, Lyons or Norfolk, anything, it's an easy drive.
Or if you want to come down from Sioux City or South Dakota, Sioux Falls, if you want to come from Grand Island or the Des Moines area, we want to make it so that it's accessible to as many people as we want. Now, this also does not mean that we are canceling any Norfolk or Elmwood shows. I just want to be absolutely clear on that, because both of those locations have been very good to us in terms of the club. And we, as we have always said, if you can't make it to us, we will come to you. So we're trying to get back into that motto. And is
we're
there
going to
any
Kansas
other
this weekend?
Yeah, like I said, we're rolling to Kansas, mainly because I screwed up and didn't get the table request in time.
But that's okay, though, because now we get to go out and we get to see Kansas and meet more collectors and, spread the word and have, more fun, and get to meet more people. And that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most, is getting out there and meeting some more people and just overall having a good time. Sorry, I'm just going through this loose car Benz as I'm talking here, and every once in a while we were once.
Hunter breaks up a great point.
Found out more, you venture out of your way to local areas. Yes, and Kent, we're glad to have you guys, and we don't know if we could do it without you. So,
and anyone else from the admin team or anyone else in the club, period. The other thing that this location in Omaha will provide us, if things work out the way we hope they will, it may be able to attract other folks to come, and with that, that'll help things grow too. We just need to make it work, folks, and that's what we're committed to doing. This is for you guys, the collectors, to give you guys the things you want, the things you need to help satisfy your diecast cravings, so to speak.
As someone who went far away from shows, it's great seeing where I can go straight interstate. Exactly, and that's kind of the way we've been leaning towards it. We've been looking for a new home for a while. It wasn't that we didn't want to do Omaha. We've noticed that Omaha's a little harder to get into. The prices are a little bit higher for the room rents. So that's one of the biggest things that we've had some issues with. I mean, we've looked at some rooms that were, I would say, comparable to the Ashland location, and they were looking for like $1,000 for just a day. And when it's not feasible for the club to basically spend that much money for a single show without raising the table costs and
tremendously high.
Yeah, if we don't want to go into the $25 a tables, it's just not something we want to do. We'd love to keep it to the $10 just to make it more affordable for sellers. And if you want to become a seller, feel free to look us up, message us, even if you just got some, even if you got some extra stuff and you're looking to make some Christmas money, we still got tables for Elmwood. You can get a single table. You don't have to get three tables. You can get one. You can put some stuff out and you can try to move some of your stuff, or you can trade. If you just want to do the trading, you pay the $4. Boom, you're in.
I mean,
go ahead.
I was gonna say the scalability at where we're looking at is one of the attractive features about this place, is that we want to take away these limits of you can only have max of 3 tables. We want people to come here and have a good time, put out lots of awesome things, and not have to stick them under a tote or scale up their tables, and then you block the view. We're not going to tell anybody how to set up their table. That's their business. But the more vendors we get, the more variety we get. Again, just a couple thoughts.
Reagan says they're too cheap. But that's okay though. I like them that low, and maybe in the future we might have to go up a little bit. So,
that's one of the great things I think that we also offer, is that most of our shows are 8-foot tables at $10, where most of these other shows you're going 6-foot tables for 15 or more. We want to provide as much value to both collect, the guys coming in buying and the guys coming in and selling, or the girls. But yeah, we might, doing this Omaha show, it might force us to bump things up a little bit. But if it's going to get us where we need to be for things later on down the road, we might have to. So it's up in the air. We'll know a little bit more. Hopefully we can have an announcement within the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, we're back to the drawing board.
Yep. Let's see. The light shows the beginning, because we always had a place to sit and relax, and that's working too.
Yeah.
And with the cool thing is, with Elmwood, they have tables. You can sit down, you can order some food, you can get a drink. You can sit and relax away from your table. You can also sit and relax at your table. Same thing with Norfolk. We have a dedicated kitchen where you can sit and relax and not have to worry about anything.
Because you can look right out into the show floor.
This is true as well.
So,
looking forward to hopefully, continuing that and having a nice space for everybody to sit and relax if they want to.
Oh my God, we've been to 56 minutes already.
Mm-hmm.
This
If
is
you want to
going
keep
quick.
this, if you want to keep it underneath an hour, then
We got to rip some cars.
we got to rip some cars.
Around the other night, and you heard he knocked on your door. I don't want him knocking on my door.
I have not.
But
My alarm system did not tell me I had no people at my door. But one thing I do want to talk while Kent's getting ready to rip something here. I want to go back up to any word regarding a gift exchange for the club. That news
yes,
will be coming very soon. We're still ironing out some details, and hopefully within the next week or so, we'll have kind of the guidelines on how and what we're planning to do for that, and we'll get that out there so that way we can do an adult version.
yes. We also have the opportunity. I'm talking with Jeff Sakurodi that we may be invited to the Bellevue Christmas parade to hand out cars.
Oh, okay.
That hasn't all been completely worked out, but that'll be December 10th, if that is the case. And if you are wanting to go to nationals, start paying attention to your mail if you're a newsletter member, because we are starting to get closer to that time. So also, I'd like to say our condolences to Dell and his family for the loss of his mom. So we miss you, Dell, and I hope that you and the family are doing all right. Do you guys want to keep going? I don't know how much more we got to talk about. There was one other topic we had.
Well, we can always save it for 2 weeks from now, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but next week is Thanksgiving, and I personally would like to hang out with my other family, so that'll be kind of fun. I get to see them.
So. Well, and we might as well tell them who that guest is going to be.
Well, no, I was talking to my other family, like their Thanksgiving. You're talking the 2-week show.
Yeah.
Make sure the kids make it to the Elmwood show as the nations are coming in, and the kids are going to be happy. Yes, they are. I have seen photographs. If you have a child, if your niece, your nephew, bring them with. They're going to have a great time. So,
for in 2 weeks from now, we're going to have our next segment of the custom tutorial. I've been in contact with our guest. He comes from Baltimore. He is the wheel swap king, and he's going to do live demonstration on wheel swaps. And you may think, wheel swaps, they're simple. He's going to show us a thing or two, because he knows a thing or two. And that his name is Wayne, and he is from the Baltimore Club, or the Charm City Club. And we look forward to having him on there. Yes. Yeah, we're getting Wayne. I am very excited about this. Eventually, maybe we'll get Dave on here. Regards to a pop-up show or a live event for Thanksgiving. I was thinking about doing some editing of some older shows. Maybe we'll break down the Mike Zarnot 2-hour epicness from earlier this year, or maybe we'll have Bruce's episode on, and we might run that throughout the weekend, so you guys can kind of catch up with that. Or if you guys want to, maybe we can do some ripping.
Yep. And as always, please go to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. I think we're at like 32 now, maybe. Yes, we are 32 subscribers. I would personally like to see a lot more than 32. So, it doesn't cost anything for you. Just pop in there and
hey,
like
Joe,
and subscribe.
How are you?
Sup, Wiggins? Lord Wiggins. I know he dislikes that. Mike's going to be snowed in next week. Bet he's available. See, there we go. We can prey on the poor people that are stuck in 2 feet of snow. So
yeah, we'll just rerun an old video. But I need to talk to Joe here in a few minutes. I think Joe would be an interesting guest to have on if we can make that happen. But really, that's all we've got for tonight. If you're out there, continue to support the shows in the area. Say hi to your favorite auctioneers wherever they are, whether they're on right now, like Chad is, or if you're going to support Jeff on Matchbox Live or Blackwall's Live or any of the other numerous channels.
There's Mr. Wiggins with Double Down Diecast. He's another co with Mr. Chad, and there's also Chad Kirby's. Chad's place. Look him up. He was giving away stuff tonight that would have blew your mind. I mean, he was doing something that everybody around here likes. He was doing the duck races, and he was giving away complete full sets of Fast and Furious RLC stuff, real riders on cards. It was full on blown customs. It was really cool. So, if you've got 2 of the new convention Silverados, maybe we ought to do like a Black Friday rip it.
You're on to something, because
I'm thinking we need to do a Black Friday ripping party. Just hang out and.
I do know that for Advent we will be having a duck opening party, 1 a day. So
there you go. So
we'll show that again. Hey, folks, that's all we've got for tonight. Thank you so much for popping in and being a part of this. For all of the folks that are coming in and out, thank you so much for continuing to support this club and everything that it's about. Go see a show. There's 4 or 5 in the area this weekend. The weather should be good, upper 40s. And don't forget, Reagan, we got an Advent calendar that's full of ducks. It's pretty cool. And then we will have the flag flying down in Elmwood for that. Peace, nothing but love for y'all. And we got to open some cars. I found it. I thought I ripped it, but I did not.
Oh, okay. Well,
in fact, I got 2 tonight.
Why? Well, I'm just going to rip 1, so that way I've got 2 for later. So.
Well, I've found a bunch of stuff here lately. So here we go.
You just said we got to have a Black Friday ripping party. That's next week, so we need to stock up.
Okay. Well, there's the first one. Blue card, classic Ferrari. Chrome pipes, chrome base. I'm very, very happy to have that car. Thank you, Mr. Jeff Drew. Your turn.
All right. I finally found something that I'm really excited about. I only have 1, so I still need to find another one, but I'm going to rip this one anyways because, come on. Got to rip me Mercedes-Benz. Finally found me some of the J. I need another one. So I only have 1. So, and it is free. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's super cool. That's super cool. They did that's really cool.
You're freezing up.
Ooh, no, seriously?
Yeah, you froze up for a little bit, but you're back live. Wi-Fi extenders, if anybody wants to buy me some for Christmas. For me, this is something I picked up in Des Moines. This is number 399 of 1500.
No, that should be Black Friday right there.
You think so? Okay, well, we won't do that then. We'll just open a Matrix car. Lincoln Continental.
There we go. I need to find some of those too.
Since we will honor Brent's request, I may even open up a certain Shelby Cobra.
I will drive out there and take that thing from you.
There we go. And that's all we got for tonight, folks. We appreciate, again, everything that you guys do with us, how you support us, and we love you all. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, he's the quiet one tonight.